Hello and good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you and welcome back to this channel. Thank you very much. Let us do this and get right into topic. We are late for this course. We are already late as it is, and we have two classes that are joining the morning class as well as the afternoon class is joining in for this course. My apologies to the morning class for the interruption. Um, However, interruption has been fixed temporarily. Okay, so today's course is going to be the possibilities of positive business marketing. So we are starting with in-home. Buying background stock means you need furniture. Background stock, you need furniture, you need an area to store the items that you want to sell. Why? It sets up a stage that allows a business to look good. So all these stuff behind me, they house makeup, clothes, books, bedding. Those are stuff that I need to be comfortable. However, how do you use what you have that keeps you comforted in order to market a business? How do you market a business by using what you have in order to make yourself comfortable? First of all, people are going to want to know what kind of branding of bedding do you use? That opens a door to say, okay, I need to go and study the bedding, the material in order to share it with the person that has asked, because maybe they're not the only one that wants to know in regards to that type of bedding that I use, because they probably struggle with the same issues and allergens as I do, and they probably need something that allows their skin to be comfortable so they can sleep at night. So be careful what you purchase, because what you purchase could also become your selling point. Decorations. Why? It adds to the decorating factor of the business, therefore eyeballing your business that has a growth prospect. So your decoration, let it match your personality. Let your decor match who you are as a person, because based off of your vibe as a person, your decor will tell an even more effective story. It will tell when you're in a good mood, it will tell when you're in a bad mood, it will tell the kind of business that you plan to run. The decor in your background of your videos tells people who you are, whether or not you are deciding to tell the truth to the people out there. Your background decor tells the truth about you. So sometimes, yeah, if you want to keep your bed unkempt, keep it unkempt. I don't always feel like getting up and making my bed in the morning. I don't. I don't want to always have to pull everything in order to tuck prim. I don't want to always do that. So right now you can see my bed's not moved. That's because I didn't want to make it. Truthfully, I'm not forcing myself to make my bed when I didn't want to make it, because I don't want to be in a bad mood doing something that I didn't want to do in the beginning in the first place. Just to have to impress somebody to say, oh, I'm always like that, when I'm not always like that. The kitchen, a stove, and a sink. It means you're planning on investing in the food industry. So if you're in a home and you're cooking on a stove and you're washing dishes in the sink, or you're using paper plates, you're investing in something that you want to get a refund in which allows us to get discounts, which then brings us stores like Dollarama, Dollar Tree, and Five Below, so that we can get the high quality products at a much lower cost. So you're investing into something because you're purchasing it and you're turning the camera on, you're showing it in your home, you're investing into that product, and the person who owns that stuff is then putting that product out there and saying, this is what you asked for. I'm replenishing it based on the time and expectancy that I know for you to get your funding to purchase it, and when your traction is to go to the location that you got that product from. Counters. It means that you are planning to start some kind of business that has to do once again with cooking and other cooking elements such as pots and pans. It means that you've elevated to start doing the actual physical job when you have purchased those items. Plates, knives, forks, and cooking utensils. Okay, so you've elevated your cooking. You are now serving to a mass crowd. One of the decisions you have to make is, okay, am I going to be serving to those that throw their dishes away, or am I going to be selling to those that want to sit down and eat at a fancy restaurant? You have to decide, and based off of where you purchase from, that decision can then tell you, okay, this person bought this type of plate because they want to sell in this type of arena. So you buy a paper plate because you want to sell in a food truck. You buy a serving plate, which is a glass plate, because you want to serve in a restaurant. Okay, so now you have to look at the glass plates. How expensive is the glass plate? That tells you what type of restaurant you want to build based off of the pricing of the glass plate that you purchase. Funding earned. When we earn funding, no matter where we earn it from, it's because someone has purchased and has invested because they've seen something that interests them in a part of you because you've sold them the item just by keeping the item clean and polished. And they look at that item and they say, what's the story behind that item? I want to have that item in order to know the story behind it because I want to know the mechanics and I want to know how it works. I want to know what part of that item to avoid and I want to know what part of the item to invest in. With every product, there is a part of an item to avoid and a part of an item to invest in because it gives you money. No matter what area in life you are in, it gives you money. So when you look at a hospital and the hospital beds, a lot of hospital beds come through investments. So a lot of invested programs end up in hospitals, hospital beds, anything pretty much in the hospital, surgical equipments, and the surgical equipments only come out because that's when the equipment that you've registered to have work on you because you don't want contamination of anyone else's equipment touching you because you don't know when they last used it and you don't know what kind of disease it carries and you don't know how well that equipment is being cleaned as requested by the person who owns that hospital surgical equipment. So we each have our own investment somewhere in this life cycle. It just has our name written on it based off of where we've invested our funding. And when we need it, that's when it's used towards us. Here's the thing, if we were to give everybody hospital equipments at home, there'd be a whole lot of illegal charges being laid against a lot of people for having hospital grade equipments in their home. Think about a hospital being a type of a storage place that keeps your equipment so that your equipment is not removed from your home at any point. And it helps to keep you safe because you know where your investment has gone and that your investment has been protected. So go be a boss. Go visit the business. Support your own business with the money that you've made from the business by continuing to reinvest. Example, taxes. You have to pay hospital now, taxes on hospital fees. Why? Because you have a product in the hospital that's waiting to be used on you. If you ever need it, you have that product, so you have to pay the taxes, the people taxes, the land taxes, the property taxes off the hospital because you have something in the hospital that's waiting on you and is being kept safe in a storage that cannot be altered or tampered with, not even by a hospital staff, because of the oath of reciprocity that says they will not touch medical equipment and hand it to the public once they have entered the first course in a university aspect. You take the oath of reciprocity not to remove any hospital equipment. Expansion. Expand your business in the same place where until there is no more room to expand. While you're waiting for something to happen, there's always room to expand. You'll always have growth. Stress is don't just sit there on one video to wait and then pull out when the go on to another topic. Move on to another interest. Don't just stay stuck in one area and wait until the timing has called for you to come back to that one area because by that time, number one, that product is dead. That product is gunk. That product is dirty. That product is exactly what you expected it to be by the time you get to it because that's the expectation that you set. That's what you wanted, that's what you've gotten, and that's exactly what you're going to receive. So while you're waiting for that time to come to get exactly what you want, expand, go somewhere else, invest in other investors and build off of other investors. Don't just sit there and wait until that time comes because you never know if you're even going to make it until that time comes because trajectory can change to cause that time to not come. Anyways, with that being said, that is it for this video. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for requesting. And I will see you all in another course just like this one. Once again, thank you all so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.